your Cabrini College Sports Update. And now, here are your hosts.
Hi, I'm Sharice Laws, and this is Sports on Location.
And I'm Cody Calise, and here's your weekly sports update.
Now let's take a look at your national sports. LeBron James scored 6 points during the Cavaliers scrimmage on Monday, but it was another number 6 that made things interesting. James wore a number 6 practice uniform for the event. This was, of course, his jersey number during his 4 seasons in Miami, as well for the 2008 and 2012 Olympics. James will be wearing his familiar number 23 for the Cavs this season, the same number he has worn every season with the Cavs. Washington Redskins tight end Jordan Reed suffered a sprained knee and ankle, but the big concern is his concussion he suffered in Sunday's win against the Eagles. Reed has a total of 4 concussions since playing college football. Reed injured his knee and ankle early in the game, but did return until getting the concussion on the game-winning drive. All right, so Cody, do you think LeBron was wrong for wearing his number 6 jersey?
Personally, I don't think he was wrong. LeBron can do whatever he wants. He is the face of the league, and people are going to talk about whatever he does. But Cleveland fans, you have nothing to worry about. LeBron is going to stay with the Cavs until he wins them a championship. Now we're going to take a look at Cabrini Sports. Cabrini College will add 4 members to its Athletic Hall of Fame during the induction ceremony on Friday, October 16th in the Dixon Center. The Cabrini men's soccer team remains undefeated in the CSAC as they defeated Centenary College 1-0. Junior Bobby Kane scored the Cavs' only goal. Next up for the Cavs, Berkeley College. Cabrini women's field hockey captured their first conference win with a 2-1 victory over Marywood University. Sophomore Alex Swallow and senior Tiff Phillips each scored. Many athletes fear getting hurt in the game. For Cabrini students, ACL tears are a common occurrence.
We generally get to see ACL tears when more commonly in contact sports, meaning field sports such as soccer, field hockey, lacrosse, and also basketball as well. They don't necessarily always happen due to contact. They can happen due to non-contact, meaning that somebody plants their leg and then just cuts and tries to go in a different direction, and the knee doesn't want to go in that same way. Also, it's more generally common in women's sports, and a lot of that has to do with just the quadriceps and hamstring proportionality of strength, and a lot of times women tend to be more quad dominant, meaning that the muscles in the front of their thigh are more strong than their hamstrings in the back of the thigh.
When I tore my ACL, it was a very weird feeling. I remember feeling a crack and thinking that kind of hurt, and I tried to run and I couldn't run.
The general recovery plan for someone who tears an ACL is the first step is just making sure that you have the correct diagnosis, meaning that an MRI is done, because that's pretty much the only way that you can actually diagnose the injury, and making sure that there's not other tears, meaning in another ligament or in the meniscus, which is the cartilage that cushions the joint between your thigh bone and your lower leg bone. Surgery is always warranted with an ACL tear. There's no way to fix it. It doesn't grow back on its own. It doesn't heal. It needs to be surgically repaired. And generally, the rehab takes quite some time, and it's usually 8 to 10 months on average. You have to start off with pre-rehabilitation before surgery in order to gain some of that strength back that was lost due to muscle cells dying due to inactivity.
In order to prevent ACL injuries or to strengthen the musculature around the joint, it's an interesting process because you've got the knee joint in that long kind of position between 2 long bones, which makes it susceptible to that injury. So you want to strengthen the muscles around there, and specifically the hip joint. So we'll do exercises to strengthen the glutes, strengthen the hamstrings. To prevent injury, we like to use certain warm-up techniques, rehab techniques, reactive drills. So the warm-up's important. You want to increase the temperature of the muscle, get your body moving, but it's mainly to get familiar with those movement patterns and to inhibit certain organs that are in the musculature. So static stretching is kind of being gone away from, and we want to use more dynamic tasks because we'll put the muscle in a more or a safer position and a safer activation pattern before activity. So we'll do sort of movements that will mimic what we're going to do in the workout or before a game, reactive drills such as plyometrics and landing tasks that will get the athlete familiar with, again, the movement patterns and the landing tasks that are associated with their sport.
Thanks for watching Sports on Location. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms by searching Location News. I'm Sharice Laws.
And I'm Cody Calise. Have a great week, Cabrini.